Hi, this is Keith from Boat Lift Lock. Lately, we've been getting a lot of requests online for customers to purchase their systems and install them themselves. So today I'm going to give a demo on our process and the procedure on how to install the system and what's required from us to provide the parts for you to install the system. So this is a typical layout of the parts here that would come in the kit. You have your I-beam clamps here, and that's based on the layout of the lift. You have the two turnbuckles, the solid arms, the piling clamps, and the backing plates which hold the arms. The process starts with our measurement form. Our measurement form asks key questions or basic measurements we need to provide a kit for you. These measurements are the dimension from the I-beam to piling, the dimension of the piling, or the I-beams, in this case it's a 4x6 I-beam, the dimension from the end of the I-beam to your guide poles on your lift, the direction of your boat, which way the boat's facing, and a rough idea of how big your pilings are. That's all we need to provide a kit. When you order the kit, you'll get a layout as pictured here, showing each piling, the direction of the boat, and where every clamp and every part goes on the lift. So I'm going to show you on our demo trailer how to install Boat Lift Lock. I'll do that on one piling. You just repeat the process on all 4 pilings. Very easy to install, and we'll see how it goes. This is our demo lift. First thing you do is assemble the parts. In this case, we have a turnbuckle, the piling plate, the 11/16 bolt, which holds the turnbuckle to the plate, and the backing plate, which holds the arm when it's in the stored position. Again, this is all miniaturized for our demo trailer, so things don't fit the same here as they would on your lift. Our piling brackets adapt very easy to all different size pilings, and they're very easy to install. But this is our demo lift. So the first thing you do is attach the clamp to the I-beam per the drawing. Leave the clamp loose so it moves. Next step of the process is take the arm, insert the arm. The arm always inserts with the little angled end here into the lift. So the angled piece enters the lift, and we hang the arm from the lift. So the arm is now hanging from the I-beam clamp on the lift. Very important, you can slide it in or out here to line up with the side of the piling. Once you line up with the side of the piling, you note the angle here. You need play here, and this should be in the center. So I can move the clamp in or out to change the play. Now if I move it closer out, moving this around the piling more, I get more play here. So what I want to do here is get that as straight as possible. You see now I have movement left to right equal. That allows for the arm to come out and go in. Before mounting the piling plate to the piling, snug up the bolts on the clamp to level it on the lift. You see there's a gap in here now because of the weight. So I'm just going to snug up one bolt on here. Running the drill the right way would help. So you're going to snug up one bolt here. Maybe 2. You want this to sit flat in here. So now you see there's no gaps in here. It's sitting flat on the I-beam. Now what I typically do is I look on the bottom here, and I bring this up to level that on the bottom plate. Like that. I check the play here, make sure I have plenty of play here. Okay, and that's imperative that you have the play here. If you don't, the arm's not going to come out or go back in. So again, by moving the clamp out more, you rotate around the piling more and allow for more play here. Once you have the play here, insert the top and bottom bolts first. Using a hammer drill. It's hard from this angle, but let's see. Top and bottom. the side bolts. Check the arm. In this case, the arm's tight. Let me just loosen it a little bit here. Make sure the arm comes out of the assembly and goes back in the assembly. It should bottom out when it goes in the assembly and come out. That's why you need the space back in here to assure that the arm has in and out movement. Once it goes in, I put the pin back in, and then you can continue checking or bolting it in. So you have another bolts on the side, on both sides. So the key thing is the play in the back of the assembly here. You need that even play. The arms store in the receivers like this, and the pins go in the back. Repeat the process for all 4 pilings, and that's how you install bolt lift lock. The clamps for the I-beams may differ in length. Some stick out further, some shorter, based on the configuration of the lift and distance from the lift to the piling. So the clamps here change as well as the length of the arms. We give you basic measurements. On the turnbuckle side, you can adjust the length of the turnbuckles, but obviously you can move the clamps, so it's not that critical. So on this side of the lift, you would have the on this side of the lift, you'd have the turnbuckles installed on each piling here, and on the opposite side of the lift, you would have the solid arms mounted on this side. Now the solid arms, in this case, it's showing an inside mount. All of our mounts now mount on the outside of the pilings. So they're not in import for the boat. This is just a different design. So they typically mount on the side mounts like this one, where the arms fold inside or outside of the pilings. They can be mounted inboard or outboard on the piling. Again, the standard installation is clamp to I-beam, leave it loose, hang the arm from the clamp, slide it back to the piling, so you have the play left to right here. Once you have the play here, snug this up, at least so it sits level the arm, and bolt to the piling. Key thing is having the slop here. That's what ensures the arm goes in and out again, as I said before, in and out. That's the key thing. If you don't have the play back here, the arm may come out but not go back in, or it may not come out at all. So the key thing is play here. Repeat the process on all 4 pilings. That's how you install the standard bolt lift lock system. BoltLiftLock.com, storm protection, impact protection for your boat lift.